We don't do campaigns. We don't do ads. Top of our content addresses the problem. We do not advocate the product. We advocate the problem. The second layer of content is what we call hub content. We communicate how we help to solve that problem above. And the third layer is what we call help content, which is more technical, our products, the technical properties, the features, hardcore engineering thing.
I feel like we're reinventing the wheel or something. Let's say you are Coca-Cola and you're advertising on 1 star. That might have effect 1. But if you're doing 5 people, the effect is not 5, the effect is 10. Is there anything that you would like to say to the B2B marketer or the CEO listening to this?
Change comes from above. Me and my team, we would have never achieved this if we don't have the support from the C-level.
Welcome everybody to the Authentic Content Podcast. Today we have Delfin, the head marketing director for Uponor. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and you have your own podcast, right?
I do. Yes, I do. It's called The Urbanista, where we talk about urban planning with a touch of sustainability. How are we developing cities with a sustainable angle? And also we talk about water management. Water, which is, well, the basic element that we all need to live. And it takes a lot to take water into the cities and take the water, used water out of the cities.
Yeah.
There's a whole industry behind, and that's where we play.
And thank you. And why we have you here is because we met at an event and I was scouting who are the marketers that are doing podcasts, videos, something which is not just the normal corporate stuff where there's, and then, the second person I met at the time was you. And it's like, yeah, I have a podcast and so on. I was like, that's perfect. Because in the B2B space, it's still being discovered, so to say. And you guys are quite large. You're even on the stock market. So I was like, damn, you guys have a podcast and stuff. So I'm really curious to talk about that, and also you are yourself at least quite active on LinkedIn. And so what I want to talk with you about today, and for everybody to listen, is how this all ties together and your philosophy behind it, and also how you make it happen. Because especially as a large corporate that you're in, you can't just probably throw up the camera and throw up the podcast. You have to make it look good and stuff.
Yeah, as you say, we are a large corporation, a publicly listed company. And we are in 26 different countries. And as in all these how many employees? We have 4,000 employees in all these 26 countries. And in all these large corporations, we are divided in different business divisions. And I am responsible for the marketing in the infrastructure, Uponor infrastructure division or public infrastructure. So yeah, we have quite a large team in the whole corporation that is dedicated to marketing. But my team directly is actually not that big. 3 people in my direct reports, plus the people that we have in each one of the countries. And but we managed to produce quite a number of pieces of content.
Well, can we stay on that? Because we talked earlier that you called it assets or pieces of content, and you had I don't know, you were 80 or something planned for this next campaign that you guys are doing. That sounds like you have been starting to adopt this kind of volume mentality a little bit. That's what it sounds like to me. That is not just about making one good video or one nice image. You are way more, you're thinking.
Yes, starting from the fact that maybe this is a bit more my principles or more philosophical thing. We don't call it campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I never mentioned the word camp other than talking with non-marketing initiated people. Then yes, I use the word, but we don't do campaigns. We don't do ads. Campaign understood as an effort that has a start date and an ending date.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do that. We have an ongoing process that we permanently address and create content that, number one, creates awareness of the problem that is out there. Water management in cities, it keeps raining a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
The so-called rainwater putting stress on the cities. That's actually a quite important thing.
And the
Quite
cities are
serious topic.
growing and the green spaces are disappearing, which they used to soak up water. So the problem increases with the volume of people in the same space.
There you go. We have too much asphalt in this thing called cities that we have built, we humans have built. Anyway, there's a problem there managing the water floodings. They are a thing due to climate change and etc. The first thing is top of our content. Our hero content addresses the problem. We do not advocate the product. We advocate the problem. The second layer of content is what we call hub content. We communicate how our products help to solve that problem above that we already made you aware. And the third layer of content is what we call help content, which is more technical or super, super technical, talking about our products in specific, the technical properties, the features, the product videos, and the really hardcore engineering thing. But we have in these three different layers. And the way we do it is we take one overall topic, let's call it flooding in
Mm,
cities due to
mm,
excessive rainwater, due to climate change. I mean, you get how the story flows. Then we have specific podcast episode interviewing an expert on water management or stormwater, whether it's one of our own very brainy PhD people that we have in R&D or in our product management portfolio people, or people from outside, people from municipalities, the
mm,
civil
mm,
engineering firms, the Green Building Council, for example. We create one podcast, which is audio and video, 1 hour, 45 minutes, somewhere, something like that. Chop it in pieces. Okay, that goes to YouTube and Apple Podcasts and
mm,
everywhere where
mm,
Spotify, everywhere where we can push it. Then that goes edited into 1 minute or something, where our guest mentioned this punchy phrase or this key insight, and we put it YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, of course.
mm.
We have been pushing TikTok as well. There we have mixed results with the different platforms, but that's how we do it. And then, of course, we have our own awareness efforts in the same platforms with more sophisticated videos or still images.
Mm.
And we do this, of course, not only, I mean, we don't do it in English, actually. Only the podcast is the one global one. All the rest of assets are localized in all the countries where we are. So when you start to add up the podcast plus the sub assets, plus the stills, plus the clips, plus the et cetera, we end up having at the moment for this effort of stormwater management, we are running right now 111 assets at the same time. Only one solution. We
Only
have another
only
solution
storm
that we have
water
80
management.
something, 80 something assets. And we are also running our efforts to communicate how important is sustainability currently in designing and building cities. And how can we do it? How can we build cities or renew cities in a sustainable way because of the materials that you use, because the process that you use, etc. So we have one effort communicating that. And of course, we have products that address that, contribute to the carbon footprint reduction.
Delphine, I have
There
so
you
many
go. So
questions.
you have a ton of content at
So
the same
so
time.
so yeah, so I'm catching your philosophy is we have a stream of content coming all the time that we don't have campaigns. We're trying to address these problems. One of them is stormwater. The other one might be that you have these different issues. How many of them do you have at least at our core points? How many do you have?
At the moment, we have stormwater management. We have rainwater that gets polluted because
Okay, polluted
falls in
water.
the tarmac in the streets and then carries all the dirtiness that is in the street. That is another one. Treatment of stormwater. Separately, we have potable water, which for us in the Nordics maybe take it as a granted thing. We just open the tap and we have nice, clean, and safe water. That may not be the case all the time, even in the Nordic countries. So we have a specific effort there. How do we go about keeping the quality of the water on a consistent manner? Of course, we have products to help you to help the water utilities to
Also,
address
you
that.
have like let me get
Sustainability,
yeah.
stormwater, rainwater, floodings, water treatment, distribution of drinking water, safe and clean drinking water,
Well, we're at
sustainability.
seven, six,
Six.
seven, six.
I
Yeah.
have
So,
six now.
yeah, but that's great. But that leads me to the next question. So that how do you just like are you going equal on all of them? Or are we talking like 100 you are you producing equally much assets for each class or each topic?
Roughly, yes. Of course, depending the business case of each product or solution, there's more or less money allocated to them. So
Yeah,
this
it
is
might be
very
that
much
yeah, market is
business
smaller
case.
or the value per customer can vary. And also, you, as I think there was another case you mentioned before that not in this podcast, but you might have a new product or something coming up that could change the efforts related to that, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Or it also depends the scope of the product. Is it just for Finland, only for Sweden, or across the Nordics, or is it for Poland? Or I mean, yeah, we that also highly depends the amount of money that we invest and the amount of content that we produce for
Yeah.
each one of us.
But I like the
But
style.
yeah,
You keep pushing out all the time. Well, then how about the you mentioned you have the the problem awareness like this is a problem. Then you have the hub content, which is like how the product might help, like how you solve it. And then the third one was like, okay, so you might be already like you already bought in, you might even have the product, or you're like just looking at specifics, like do you have technical information, maybe guides, all
Yes.
kinds of stuff like that. So how do you decide on let's say most don't say problem and hub content, how do you decide on when and where to publish it? What's the decision there?
The decision, we use the channels where we have found out where our audience is.
Mhm.
Then when do we publish it and in which formats? Is it still photo? Is it video? We run it, we test it. I may have a thought, I may have a pre-assumption that, hey, this creative will work. Well, let's make a test, let's make an experiment. And that's how we do it. We run all these experiments in 2 weeks sprints. We follow the agile methodology. We are not that strict, to be honest, but yeah, we have our Kanban, we have our prioritization, etc. And because otherwise, how do you control this explosive amount of assets? It will be pretty complicated. But we run this together with our partner agency in sprints of 2 weeks. How it work? We have 20 assets, let's say, for this specific topic. 5 of them, they don't get any consumption. Okay, they just kill them and reallocate the money to the other ones. And it's a continuous optimization cycle. Maybe there's not enough data in 2 weeks. Okay, let's run it for another two, meaning 1 month. Okay, let's go back and review what the data says. And yeah, the decisions are made in two ways, or taking into account two things: what the data says and what is our expertise in running this type of topics, this type of assets.
All right,
So
well,
it's
so
not
what
data driven, if you want. I never used neither the word data driven. It's more like data informed. I look at the data, but also I trust my gut. I trust what I have been seeing to make an educated guess,
yeah,
if you want.
yeah,
So
you have to, and
that's how
also,
we go about making those decisions, where and when to put one or another thing.
all right, got you. Do you have any like any suggestions when it comes to, like, I'm really thinking about the problem slash the hub content. Like, are you, let's say we talk on, I don't know, YouTube. Are you doing both, or like right now, are you doing both, like problems awareness to content and also like sales relate, more sales angle content where you're saying what you're able to help with? Or you do, for example, on YouTube?
Yes, we do it in YouTube as well.
Yeah, but
Through
I'm doing. Are you doing both at the same time? Because there could be a no. There could be a situation where, well, we're just doing problem awareness on YouTube Shorts, for example, something like that, or we do only hub content on YouTube Longs, or thinking something like that.
all type of content goes to all the channels. Yes, not cramming everything at one point. For example, we launched now in September, beginning of September, we launched our solution for potable water distribution. So of course we have our positioning messaging strategy, and we have one key message, one value proposition, then three sub value props, let's call it, because they were about about water distribution, water storage, and water preparation is called,
Hmm.
when we extract the water from the on the ground. So that's, and we need to prepare alkalinization, and there's all that type of things. So there were four messages, if you want. So how do we go about? Do we just throw all four? No. First, we started with the generic or the general value proposition and why you should care about this solution. Couple of weeks, then we stop that and we continue with the water preparation. 2 more weeks, we stop, and then we continue, and you get the
Oh
point.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's one at a time, but we use all channels. And once we went through all of them, we just repeat. And inside of each one is this 2 week sprint. So it's like circles inside
Mm.
of circles. I don't know how to put it.
I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah,
And then you just replay, like a couple of months later. You just replay it, kind of. So you're trying to catch people at the awareness station, and then follow. They follow the ideas. They follow with you, and get to, you kind of nurture them through your content. Is that a
yeah,
good idea to see? Yeah.
and the thing is that this type of content is to educate our potential buyers about the problems that are there, that they may or may not be aware. You may be surprised that some of the customers there, they don't know that they have the problem, or they
Mm.
don't know that they could contribute to solve the problem. So that is one. So it's a continuous education about the problem. And second, when we come with the other piece of content, hey, and our product ABC that has 1, 2, 3, 4 features can help you to solve this. If you put it in your project, in your next renovation, or when you are building a new shopping center, you need to put huge area of parking. You need some strong water retention
Yeah.
system, blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. These projects don't come every day, but when they come, when the civil engineer, the urban planner, who is already aware because we have been delivering this type of content, this type of insights 2, 3 months before, when they get the project, they go to Google
Yeah.
and
And
then
they
okay,
might find even more assets there where
uh,
you're explaining how this can be done and so on like
yes,
that.
but that's we educate our potential buyer. We nurture, if you want to use that, we nurture the potential buyer even before they get into our CRM,
Mm.
before they even get to Google, because when they get to Google, they already, ideally, that's the wish, that they Google only my product,
Yeah.
branded search, yes. Or if
Yeah.
they
And
don't
if
remember about branded, they put the specific verbatim, the specific things that only we offer. So that's why the nurture is not email cadences. Actually, we don't have email
yeah,
cadences.
nurture is very much used in email, but yeah, that's
No, we
maybe we call
nurture
content nourishment or something. Yeah.
before
No.
before they get even to Google. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So in their mind, we are the only solution that they look for. No, they are not going to Google for a solution. They are going to
Yeah.
Google it because they want our solution. So that
Yeah.
is the
I,
end goal.
I love it. I think that I don't know if you guys are doing it, but it's like I love category design, meaning instead of saying that we have drain water or we have a stormwater treatment or something, you call it something. You call it something else. You call it like excessive water event treatment, and it's the same thing, but you call it something. You has your twist on it, but then when they search for excessive water treatment, and then they be like, oh, you're the only solution because there's no other hits on that word because you're owning that word. I'm doing the same with authentic content. That's the idea,
We
of course. Yeah.
Yes, we kind of not that much on purpose, but yeah, we have done that
Mhm.
specific wording, and when we see that wording repeated in the results of the pay search, okay, cool.
And
It's,
the
it
marketing
did
is
go
also
through.
working. Yeah.
It did go through the message.
Yeah.
Well,
But let's stay on the. I want to talk about the authentic content part. So primarily, so you're doing. I think podcasts are a great start to get known, like, and trusted. You as a professional getting known, like, and trusted. You have the people there featured. Now that varies between in the employees. Like you don't have too many episodes. There are, I don't know, you have 20 or so. There are many episodes, but if you're going to feature, even near the 2,000 people you have, that's not what's happening here. But I'm happy that you're doing a podcast. I think that's one of the strongest steps a corporation can take towards authentic content. So would you take me through a little bit how that got started and how and what the process is around creating these episodes?
actually, we had two things. One is the podcast, that is the one that I'm driving, because I put myself out and we invite the people, and yeah, we sit in a setup like this now that you and me are having, and we have a 45-minute, 1 hour conversation about whatever topic. Our other engineers, solution experts that may not be that, let's say, they don't have that easy word or public speaking skill. They were very, well, they're shy. We are also now, we managed to get them on board, not to drive a 1 hour podcast, no, but to record 1 minute clips.
Yeah.
And now we have our own solution experts, the people who actually know the thing, the nitty gritty of our
And they
products.
can talk to the right person on the other side because
Yes,
they understand
exactly.
each
We
other.
have roughly one minute clips, one at a time, in their own language, of course, because we have solution experts in every country. So that solution expert that
Yeah.
you are watching in the YouTube clip or in the LinkedIn clip, he or she are the ones that actually will help
I
you with
love it.
your project.
This is authentic content right there. This is what
This
I'm loving.
is as
How do you
of
make
20,
how do you make
as
it
it
happen?
gets.
How do you convince them who is doing the recording? Like if I'm practical here, how do you make this happen? Let's say I have this idea. How do I implement it in my own company?
Change comes from above. There's and even more in these type of big corporations, there's no way. I had in my strategy, we need this type of spokesperson. Call them influencers, call them however you want.
Like a
How
champion.
do we go about having one person from the company becoming the public face, human face of the company? We have at the very beginning one of our VPs, the one who takes care of all this environmental topics. He's very well versed and he knows a lot. And he likes to pick. Okay, we start to use him, and every time that I ask, he always says yes to any interview, to any video. He always says yes. But at some point, hey, well, we need someone else than just the same person every time. Uh, and that was in general sustainability. For the topic of stormwater, one of the solution experts from Sweden, they started, okay, well, let's give a try to this YouTube video. And a couple of guys, they just started to do it, having fun just by themselves, like in Swedish only. And it was a good start. And then I picked, hey, once you start, you cannot stop. And I picked that. Now that you have this, now that you get used to being in front of a camera and talking, hey, let's do more and more and more. And at some point, they got very comfortable in front of a camera, throwing all their wisdom and their technicalities and etc. To the point, of course, the name of this person is on the clip, the episode. Also, in our pages, in our product pages, contact us. We have the format, yes, but we have the name of the person and the photo of the person. And this person start to get phone calls just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Hello, Ricardo. This is it. This is my name, and we have this project. Blah 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 blah. And he was like, "Who are you? No, no, no. You don't know me, but I have seen your videos, and I know that you are the expert in this and that. So I'm wondering if you can help me because we have this project. Blah 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 blah. What is that? An incoming lead.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
Once
the
we have
effect of
that,
the parasocial relationship, and the way you
yes,
explained it is they coming in warm. They are
yes,
behaving like, hey, we haven't talked, but I know you. So
yes.
they just go straight into it. Think how long that would have taken if we were having a sales conversation and
It
trying to
was
get you to talk about your problem
the
properly.
incoming lead comes pre-qualified, and they just immediately start the conversation and they threw the project. We have this problem and this and that, and we thought that okay, we see you, we think that you can
Mhm.
help us or your product can help us. Let's talk about straight business. I mean, more
So,
qualified lead than that, like come on.
also the process. Do I get this right? You were pushing this upwards through the strategy. You had at least one guy who was like, "I love it. I want to do it." You started with that person, and then you saw positive results from that, or something positive was
Yes,
happening. Now,
yes,
then other units were like, okay, we could try it. It doesn't look harmful, at least. It looked maybe even like fun. Let's start. And then I feel like you, Delphine, you are like, if you talk water, you're like a tide or something, or you're just gonna push, like you're coming. Like, and as soon as you have
yes.
if there's a break somewhere, you're coming in, and you are gonna that continue.
At some point, yes, because we did this, we were doing only in English. Hey, let's do it in local language. Can
Mm,
of course make sense because it's the direct person, the real person that will help you with your project. To be honest, yes, there was at some point, with the help of our country marketing people, a bit of twisting the arm of the solution expert. Now you have to do it because
mm.
the Swedish are doing it, the Finns are
Yeah,
doing it. So now the Danes, we cannot not
yeah.
do
Come
it.
on, yeah, come on.
It's like, come on, yes. And for some people, it was a bit going beyond their comfort zone, but they did it. I
Yeah,
mean, that was the key thing. They threw themselves and they started to do it. And even our colleagues in Norway, which were like kind of a bit shy, okay, fine, did uh, for 3 or 4 clips. Our marketing person in Norway started to publish them in LinkedIn, etc. And suddenly, this person from Norway was saying, "Hey, every time you put that thing, meaning the clip,
yeah.
that thing on LinkedIn, in the next 2 or 3 days, I get direct messages on LinkedIn, like asking me, okay, to connect and directly throwing me the problem that they are facing, asking for help.
But like this is like super effective.
This is, I mean, yes, and with this solution that we launched now in September, okay, let's start. The first one was in January. It took a while to pick, like little by little. Okay, it took 7 months to really pick and the qualifying coming leads start to come. For this other solution that we launched in September, after the third week, boom,
Mm.
incoming leads start
Like
to pour. Like
you've been
now we
figuring out
have,
how to do it. Is
yes.
there any
So
okay? So is there
now
something you did differently? Why did it go in 3 weeks this time and 7 months the other time? What did you do differently?
I don't know. We are still thinking about it. Now it
It's
may
a-
be because of course we are getting better at it because at the beginning we only did it for one specific country with one person, and now with this time we have actually 4 different working at the same time, four different solution experts, and all four were running.
Yeah.
And yeah, it may be that we managed to scale up the whole the
This
whole
is
effort.
something that I've heard before. That I feel like we're reinventing the wheel or something. But I'm seeing that let's say you are Coca-Cola and you're advertising on one star, and he is doing Coca-Cola. That might have effect one. But if you're doing five people, the effect is not five. The effect is 10. And that's what you're kind of seeing here.
Yeah.
That when you did the one, you had the effect in 7 months. Now you're doing four. Suddenly you get, there's some other things you're doing better probably too. But you're getting the effect way faster. Like I'm seeing, like you got to be killing your competitors, man. Like
Yes, I
if they're
mean
not
that.
doing this,
That well, we have yeah, yeah.
of course they are
We have
long.
heard some feedback already, direct from indirect and direct from our competitors that hey, not warning, but hey, what are you doing? You
Yeah,
are going to steal all our market.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Like
sorry.
emoji.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so sorry. I'm
Sorry,
so sorry, guys, but this is
sorry
this
for
is what
doing
it
my
is.
job. What are you doing?
So this is what it is. And
But
yeah,
how
as I
come
said,
I'm so curious. They are allowing you to take forward steps into marketing, which in B2B is almost unknown. I'm interviewing now because there are so few companies, at least in Finland and the Western world, that I've been finding that are even doing remotely anything near what you are doing. So you have a very either you are a very good negotiator and diplomat, and or you have a very understanding management that actually allow you to take these steps and push this marketing like this.
both. As I said, change comes from above. Change comes from above, and I am very lucky that the execs, the C level, is super supporting on this, and they allow me to do many crazy, quote unquote, crazy for this
Yeah,
industry,
yeah, yeah. For
crazy things. This industry that is old fashioned, if you want, slow moving, definitely. But hey, once they start to see the results coming, they
yeah,
don't
it's
say
easier to
anything.
say yes.
And I just, to be honest, the first things, of course, we were checking up with the bosses, and we are doing this, and this is the logic, and this is why, and this is why showing a person, showing the expertise is much better than the expertise is on the person, not on the logo, faceless logo.
Yeah, yeah,
So with all, and yeah, they agreed. Yes, okay, fine, go. The following, to be honest, I didn't ask for permission. It's sometimes it's better ask for forgiveness than rather than ask for permission. Yeah, at some point it's like, wait, maybe we are going too fast, Delfin. Okay, okay, got
yeah.
it,
Then they can, yeah.
got it. Let's
But you
let's
make you made a calculated attempt. You're like, this is probably going to work. I have to test it.
yes, but hey, as I mentioned, this new solution that we launched in beginning of September, by now 2 months. Well, yeah, pretty much 2 months full, and incoming leads are just coming like yeah. I mean, not we don't play the volume game. I don't want 150 leads a day. No, we may get one per week,
But they
three per
qualified.
week maximum. In there, the Finnish lady from marketing told me it was yeah, she got three in 1 week. But hey, each one of those is 300,000 euros potential opportunity.
Yeah, and then we
Just
think like you
multiply.
guys were at an event in Gothenburg the other day. Like you have to travel there, build everything. You're many people there. Like the cost of the normal way of doing marketing in a B2B industrial industry is very expensive. Now, of course, making the videos cost money too, but I think getting these warm leads in, even three in a week, it pays off.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, we do also the trade show,
Yeah, yeah, they're
the
also important.
exhibitions,
Yeah.
because there are certain events where we cannot not be there. So they are the flagship event of the industry. Where there was this one last week in Gothenburg, where there's another one in Finland, the UT, which happens every 2 years. So we have to be
Yeah.
there because it's where all the industry meets, and we are expected to be there. And our sales colleagues, of course, that's the opportunity for them to catch up with the current customers, with the old customers or all
Mm.
networking. It's this business is heavily driven by networking, by yeah. So those
Well,
events are the opportunity to do that as well.
but then it sounds like you have found a key how to break through in an otherwise very highly like network focused type of buying selling environment, and using content you've been able to get through there was like a crack there that you could use, but people were not using it. They didn't know about it. But now when you're using content, you can attract these people who like, yeah, I might know somebody, but like this guy, what he said on this podcast or this clips I saw, it's exactly what I want. So I call him right away just to, and then you have the
And
lead.
actually, this is going beyond the networking, which is the normal people that our sales colleagues already know, and because they have been doing business for quite many years. Going beyond that, I was in this sales call because, of course, me as marketing, I participate in the sales calls. I mean, of course, that is by default. I was in this sales call, and our solution expert from Sweden was like, "Hey, I'm just getting these calls out of the blue. Either they call to the switchboard by a customer service, but customer service then they forward to me, or just directly to my phone. Like people asking me, like, okay, Adam, wait a second. Is these people that is calling you?" And I was trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
"Do you know them, or did you know them before?" "No, no, no." "Are you sure?" "Yes." "Are they recommended by somebody else, or did they hear you because you presented in this event? Maybe they were there." "No, no, no, no." "Are there?" I mean, I was trying to really, yeah,
Make sure that do
make
you know when
sure
it's
that,
coming? Yeah.
so you don't know, no, completely new people, unknown. I have never spoke with them, and they are the right ICP. Okay, great. So, and he was wondering, how come these people is calling me? And I was, okay, my friend, you are in the videos. Your photo, your name, your phone number, and your email is on our product page. I guess the people know who you are, and that's why they are calling you, because they
Mm.
are trusting you. Yeah, but there you go, completely new people calling in, and yeah, warm
Well,
leads already.
well, great work. Now, I mean, you just started with this new one with the four, so I'm really curious to see now in the next, upcoming half year, because you guys probably gonna double down on this even more and see where you might take it. I
Oh
think
yeah,
this is a
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Well, can I ask you about your videos? I want to stay on that a bit. You are on your personal side because I've been looking at your LinkedIn primarily, and then that's where we see each other. Otherwise, where I see you at least. And you recently, I think like a couple of months ago, you just started putting out way more video. Is there any rationale behind this new behavior of yours?
Yes, I'm lazy.
Yeah, you're lazy, and that's why you make videos.
Sometimes I'm okay. Let's think something through. Okay, I will write a post about this idea that how do I say it? Yes, no. Oh, come on. I discovered that to me is much easier. I want to talk about value propositions. How do we come up? Okay, mapping features, benefits, value propositions. Okay, fine. Grab the phone, boom, play,
Mm.
record, and I just say it. One take. I don't do more. All of them are in one take, and the first take, that's the one it goes. No. Now, to be clear, it's not that I am magically well spoken and I know everything and I just cannot do it in one. No, this takes practice. I started to do it, as you said, 1 month ago, I don't know when, on LinkedIn, but that is just the result of practice, practice, practice. Last summer, I did more than 30 posts like that, but on TikTok.
Ah,
So that's what you don't see. I
TikTok
like
is
I like
such a
to
good
run.
place.
I
Yeah,
run half
yeah.
marathons, and I got that to run in yeah, in the snow, in the forest, etc. So I was shooting myself while speaking and while I was running, which is a damn difficult thing to do, to be honest. I mean, looking at the camera, running off the ice and that you don't fall, and then saying something minimally intelligent, it's damn difficult. But I did it, and I did more than 30 of those. And all of them are in TikTok. Maybe very few people saw them. I don't care. But those 30 actually help a lot.
I think can I interject here because like TikTok is such a good playground because it will be seen by some people maybe, but it's real, it's out there, and you don't have to be the most professional you because it's more like a
No,
slightly younger audience generally speaking, and who like it doesn't matter. Like TikTok is more like I just like nobody cares if you're not fully corporate in those environments. And you get it's the same. I publish everything I do publish on LinkedIn on TikTok, and then the ones we like more we put on LinkedIn. That's how we do it now, and I think it's a great for that purpose. It's a great platform. So yeah,
and it has to be personal. Yes, in TikTok, the last thing you have to do is be corporate.
It's almost, yeah,
Be
it's opposite.
personal, be relatable. We do have a TikTok account, which we started. Let's again, it's experiment. Let's see how it goes. What do we put? And one person from my team was taking care of that. Not this conference. Last year we were in Copenhagen in another conference. Well, let's just start from there. And the exhibition interviewing people. She did one water tasting TikTok.
Okay.
So instead of wine tasting, it's water tasting. This water is from Finland. This water is from Denmark. This water is from Norway. Which one tastes the best? And
Ooh.
actually, she got a couple of big hits. I hate the word viral, but I guess by all standards, we went viral with a couple of those posts. Like really, like wildfire. Whoa, what is this? Like that was fine. Unfortunately, it takes time. It takes dedication. TikTok takes a lot of dedication.
Mm.
Yeah, we may not be that consistent in that platform because we had to give priority. Yeah, so we need
But
to be
also, it's
good
like
in
you
two
tend to, yeah.
platforms, not be in 10 platforms and suck in 10 platforms. So that's, yeah. We have still there the channel. It just needs dedication and time.
Yeah.
And we are a small team, so we may not have all the time in the world to
And
dedicate to
what you're
TikTok.
doing now is absolutely working. So I can see that you have to think where do we win? Like we have they are a also industrial company Vilpe, which I also talk with. They are really big on
Oh, yeah,
TikTok.
of
That's
course,
the
I know
thing.
her, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's really cool what they're doing. So, but so they have found their way on TikTok. So I would absolutely understand why they would do more of that. And the strategies that you guys are using is working. So there's no need to go on all platforms for the sake of it. I do it because I need to know all platforms if I'm working with a client. But it's not that they're not equally important for me. Like LinkedIn is way more important, generally speaking, than TikTok for me, for example. Um, but yeah, uh, let's talk about why are you posting on LinkedIn at all? Like you personally?
That I told you, it's more like out of laziness for me. Is
But you don't have to post. You can just be what's called lurker, just looking at other people's stuff.
yeah, somehow, yeah. Last year, actually, I did over the summer. I don't know why I did it during the summer because I will post one thing, one insight every day during 30 days. And later I say, oh God, my holidays are in the middle. Why did I start this thing? But anyway, I kept going and I did those 30 posts and insightful, according to me, insightful things. So now I didn't do it for this summer. I said, no, holidays are holidays and that's it. But then after, what should I start doing? I activated the creator mode on
Mm,
LinkedIn.
mm,
Let's try. Let's test. That's the only way to learn. Let's test. And if I don't want to write a perfectly written post, insightful, and well, I will just grab my phone and
yeah.
do a video about the topic, an insight that I am thinking right now. Just throw it there.
Mm.
That's it. So
And I noticed something. I mean,
that's
I've
it.
been saying this in my videos too, but like we've met once. But because I've seen your videos over and over again now, when I see you here, I feel like I know you way better than if I would have just seen text posts after that point. It has that effect. It is almost scary because you might have seen some of our videos, but let's say you didn't. I got to know you even though we did. It's I feel it's almost magical and scary at the same time, but it happened again.
It's a way
Yeah.
to connect one human with another because the people, and now I'm realizing that, hey, a lot of people is watching me like I didn't even imagine. Um, and if before was happening somehow, I was in an event, or even just we were in some pub in downtown Helsinki having fun with the friends, etc. Some person passes, looks at me like, "Who's this?" And again passes
Yeah.
again, and looks at
It's
me
like
like,
check. Yeah.
What is this guy is flirting with me? Or what's
Yeah.
happening?" And I was the third time I was just standing there,
Yeah.
and the person came to me, "Hello, Delfin." Like, whoa, do I
Yeah.
know you? Like, and he started to talk about marketing. Like, I was like, oof, do I know you? Oof, maybe I don't remember your name. No, no,
Oh
no, no,
yeah.
no. You don't know me. No, no, no. My name is blah, blah. No, no, don't worry. You don't know me. But I have seen your posts and your videos and on LinkedIn, and I follow you, and thank you for blah, 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 doing this.
Well, I'm happy I caught you now,
Doing
Delphine,
that. But
before
I
your.
saw you.
Yeah.
Of course, I recognized you. That's why I came to say hello. Yeah, okay, phew, okay, fine. But it it happens. It works. It's scary sometimes. It's creepy. Well, but that's the thing that we, if we don't put ourselves out, um, then yeah, if we
Somebody
don't
else will.
test, we will never know how it works or what it works and what it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, you're a very experimental person when it comes to all this, both inside the company on your own stuff, and I think that's maybe like you know what you're talking about. Like they're okay. I'll keep it friendly, but yeah, you know what you're doing, which is really good. I like it, and it comes from experimentation. Like I said, you're not good on videos because you just started natural. You already done 30 or so on TikTok just to practice, and now when you go to LinkedIn, yes, you have 30 practice behind you. And who knows, like you weren't born yesterday, so there might be some stuff that you practice. Maybe you even practice public speaking or something before. Who knows? Like it doesn't come that easy. But also for your engineers, yeah, they weren't perfect the first time, but after a couple of like you help you, they record some, they practice. After some weeks or some, they just naturally I think there's this point of general expertise that can be found without, it's not that difficult. Like we can all find it to get to the normal level.
No, no, it's not that difficult. The important thing is that you have a point of view. You know what you are talking about. Show your expertise, your knowledge, and it will come eventually naturally because it's your thing, it's your
Mm.
area of expertise. So you know that you think, you know your topic, and whether you have this ability to express yourself clearly and convincingly or not. But when you are talking about your topic, it starts to flow more naturally. And that's what happened with our solution experts. For me, at the beginning, they were like scared. Then, okay, oh, this is not that bad. Oh, this is painless.
Hmm.
Let's do another one. Let's do another one. And now I got the feedback. Hey, we want to do more videos. When can we do it? Like, okay,
Yeah,
our
there we
English
go.
team, the two ladies, the marketing lady and the expert, now they went overdrive. Suddenly they shoot 11 and now they are shooting 10 more. Like, whoa, whoa, okay,
Yes,
ladies,
we
just,
can't edit this much. Come on.
I mean, of course, by all means, do it. Just uh, let's keep focus on what is the topic that you are not pitching the product. You are addressing customers' pain points.
Mm.
You are maybe answering the questions that you hear in several meetings. So address those ones so the content will be insightful. The content is meaningful. Whether it's shot with a phone, it doesn't
Mm.
matter. These things are good enough. Shoot it with
Yeah,
the phone,
yeah.
that's fine. Put it against a neutral wall. I told them they're in the factory, just go to a place where it's quiet, natural light. Don't worry about, as long as it is clear your message,
Mm.
that we can hear your voice. Don't worry too much about the production value.
Yeah.
If the content, if what you are saying has
The substance.
substance and
Yeah.
is insightful and is helpful, that's it. Just do it. And well, now they are, as I said, they went on overdrive, so now they are producing like
Yes.
hotcakes.
Here we go. So, is there anything that we're running out of time here, Delphine? Is there anything that you would like to say to the B2B marketer or the CEO and B2B CEO listening to this?
Again, change comes from above. Me and my team, we would have never achieved this if we don't have the support from the C level, the trust. Which, on another note, we marketers, we have to earn the trust of the C level, the non-marketing people, the financial people, administrative, R&D. So we need to sell ourselves internally, and that's what I see that not too many people, not too many marketing people do. We are pretty bad to sell ourselves internally in our companies.
But it seems like you like even know these people. That's what it sounds like to me. That you meet the R&D people, you are at the sales calls, like
Yes,
it's
yes,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. We have, as I mentioned, we have this workshop to discuss the messaging and the positioning of the product. You may argue, well, positioning and messaging, that's a purely a marketing task. Yeah, could be, but at least in my book, it's a collaborative effort. And and this has worked very well. The results that we are seeing are very good. In the same table, literally in the same table, I had, from in the last one, I had sales director for Sweden, product owner from Sweden, sales manager and sales director from Finland, the global category manager, the director of all product R&D, one person from R&D, and the actual category manager for that product, all seated in the same table, literally for 6 hours, 7 hours. Let's go through our positioning. Okay, I facilitate that, and that's a topic for a different conversation how that is done. But yeah, and then we conclude this is the target that we are going after, and this is the message that we are going to put, and this is why it is meaningful for this target group. And thank you, all of you, sales and product and R&D, for participating. Are we agreeing? Everybody's okay with this? Fine. Let's go with it.
Yeah, then you have everybody, and everybody's on board. It's buy-in, it's
Everybody,
aligned, and you got input from all the sides. Dude, we should have another podcast, an episode which is just how to do this. Because it's not marketing. You're just very clever in making things move in large organizations. I think that's maybe one of your superpowers, I think.
I don't know if it is, but yeah, that's a different topic. How
Yeah.
to really bring
Yeah.
again. The key is change comes from above.
Yeah.
Me only myself knocking the door of R&D and asking for someone to come. Like
Yeah.
you marketing, like weird animal. Like it may have not happened if we don't have the support from the C level. So that is absolutely key.
Yeah. Delfin, thank you very much for coming on to the podcast. I appreciate you. So we can connect with you on LinkedIn. We'll be in the notes here. I think and maybe we should check your running videos out on on TikTok as
Let's see
well.
how I end up if I don't fall eventually saying some stupid analytics or whatever I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll find it. Well, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Let's stay in touch.
Thank you.